The other thing is, to get out of the chat room, is you can lie there and think of someone in your life. Maybe it's a great aunt. Maybe it was a friend in your childhood. And think of all the wonderful times you had together. Picture that person that you love and appreciate, and picture all the things around them that you just love. In her book, The Science of Sleep, Adriana Huffington, she says a great thing to do if you can't sleep is lie there and list all the things you're thankful for. I'm thankful I'm not in a Siberian work camp with newspaper for blankets. I'm so thankful that I'm in a comfortable bed. There's so many things to be thankful for.
Hello and welcome back. I'm BarbaraONeill, and today we're uncovering the secrets to better sleep. We all know how important a good night's rest is, but did you know that nearly 1 in 3 adults struggle with sleep issues? Whether it's trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, poor sleep can affect your mood, energy levels, and even your long-term health. In this video, we'll explore practical tips and natural remedies to help you get the restful, rejuvenating sleep you need. From lifestyle changes to simple habits, I'll guide you through the steps to improve your sleep and wake up feeling refreshed. As a thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
First of all, I want to show you about the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is basically at the back of your brain, at the back here. And the pineal gland is an important gland because light and dark signals are fed through the optic nerve to a control center in the brain, and that control center, it communicates with the pineal gland. And because of the light and dark signals, it releases 4 hormones in the night. At the moment, it's releasing these hormones between 9 and 2 a.m. Summertime, it will be between 10 and 3 a.m. So what are these hormones that are only released at that time? One is serotonin. We mentioned this early, and serotonin is our mood hormone. That's why we feel so good on a sunny day. Epithalamin is another hormone that's released. And epithalamin increases learning capacity. If you want to increase your ability to concentrate, to learn new pieces of information and retain them, go to bed early and get a release of your epithalamin. Epithalamin also slows down aging. Everyone over the age of 25 likes that one. Arginine vasotocin. Arginine vasotocin is a hormone that is also released in these hours. And arginine vasotocin is your natural painkiller. Earlier, when I first began speaking today, I started to comment how everything we need is already inside of us, even our own natural painkiller. This natural painkiller is released when we need it, but it leaves a waste in the body. And if that waste remains, the next night, arginine vasotocin is not released. So how do we get rid of the waste? We get rid of the waste through exercise. When we exercise in the day and cause a release of waste to come out of our body, then the next night, arginine vasotocin can be released again. Arginine vasotocin also puts us into a deep sleep. Some people that can't sleep think if I go to bed later, I'll sleep better, but the opposite's true. The earlier we go to sleep, the more likely we are to fall into a deep sleep because of arginine vasotocin.
The pineal gland is often called the third eye because of its unique location and role in our bodies. It's a small pea-shaped gland located deep in the brain, and while it may be small, it has a significant impact on our overall health. One of its primary functions is to produce melatonin, a hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycles. When it gets dark outside, the pineal gland kicks into gear and starts producing melatonin, which helps us feel sleepy. Conversely, when we're exposed to light, especially blue light from screens, melatonin production decreases, making it harder to fall asleep. To keep the pineal gland functioning optimally, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule is essential. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps regulate our internal clock, signaling to our bodies when it's time to rest. Good sleep hygiene practices can also make a difference. For instance, creating a dark and quiet sleeping environment can enhance melatonin production. Additionally, limiting screen time before bed and avoiding caffeine in the afternoon can improve sleep quality. But the benefits of a healthy pineal gland go beyond just sleep. There's evidence that it plays a role in regulating mood as well. The connection between serotonin and melatonin means that when we get enough sleep, we often feel better emotionally. Regular exposure to natural sunlight can help boost serotonin levels during the day, which can enhance our mood and energy levels.
Melatonin. Melatonin is becoming well known as a help with sleep. Melatonin is called the fix and rejuvenate nighttime hormone. So melatonin is the hormone that's responsible for rest and rejuvenation. It's melatonin that increases the body's healing capacity in the night hours. So the best way to access these is to go to bed early, make sure you're well hydrated, make sure there are no stimulants, because taking stimulants can cut the release of these hormones in half. And we need to have the sunshine every day to cause that release. In his book Why We Sleep, Dr. Matthew Walker, he quotes many years of research on sleep. And he shows that while we sleep, amazing things are happening. And that's what I want to show you today, some of the things that are happening while we sleep. And what the researchers noted, and this research started in, I think, about the 1950s, they did it on rats, and they found that there was a 90-minute cycle which changed every night. Every 90 minutes there were changes. And what they found is that when the brain was active, the eyes were active, even though they were closed. And when the brain was fairly still, the eyes were still. So what they call the active part is rapid eye movement time. And what they caused the quieter part was non-rapid eye movement time. You may have heard of these terms. So in non-rapid eye movement time, there was a courier service happening. What's the courier service? Let me draw the brain from the side on and show you. So right up the top here is called the cortex. And in the hippocampus down here is our short-term memory unit. So everything you're learning today is being stored in the hippocampus in the short-term memory unit. But when we lay down to sleep at night, in non-rapid eye movement time, there's a courier service that takes the memories up to the long-term storage unit. That should be an S. This is the short-term storage unit. This is long-term storage unit. And you can see why that happens. So when we wake up in the morning, our hippocampus is empty, all ready for all the next day's happenings. What also happens in non-rapid eye movement time is a cleaning. A cleaning of the house happens. What Dr. Matthew Walker discovered is that the brain cells shrink at this time. That's excess fluid going around the brain cells. And there's a system called the glymphatic system. And the glymphatic system is your brain's vacuum cleaner system. And the glymphatic system does a cleaning of the house.
The glymphatic system works mainly during sleep, especially in the non-rapid eye movement (NREM) phase. This system helps remove waste and toxins that build up in the brain during the day. Research indicates that when we sleep, the space between brain cells increases, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to flow in more freely. This fluid effectively flushes out harmful substances, including beta amyloid, a protein associated with Alzheimer's disease. Interestingly, the glymphatic system tends to function better in younger people. This fact underscores how crucial good sleep is for maintaining cognitive health as we age. When we don't get enough sleep, toxins can accumulate in the brain, possibly leading to cognitive decline and neurological disorders. Sleep is also vital for emotional well-being. During the REM phase of sleep, our brains work through emotional experiences, which helps us handle stress and anxiety more effectively. Studies have shown that people who get enough REM sleep tend to be more emotionally resilient and have a lower risk of mood disorders.
Dr. Matthew Walker came to the conclusion, it wasn't a conclusion he wanted to come to, but the research just confirmed it again and again, that we need 8 hours sleep a night. So let me give you God's perfect formula. 8 hours to play, 8 hours to work, 8 hours to sleep. Would you agree with me? What a perfect formula. If you have children, they will love that formula. But don't forget the 8 hours to sleep. And let me show you why, because he shows you all the things that need to happen in the night which affect our functioning in the day. So 8 hours. So we can do 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. We could do 9 to 5, that's probably my favourite. Or at a stretch we could do 10 to 6 in the summertime. So let's choose 9 to 5. And we're going to look at where non-rapid eye movement time is most active. So 9 p.m. to 10:30, that's our first 90-minute. Non-rapid eye movement takes up 80% of the activities in that time. Rapid eye movement time, only 20% in this first hour and a half. Next hour and a half is 10:30 to midnight. So 10:30 to midnight is 60% non-rapid eye movement and 40% rapid eye movement. Whereas 12 midnight to 1:30 a.m., it's about 50-50. 50 non-rapid eye movement and 50 rapid eye movement. Now we come into the morning hours, 1:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. 40% non-rapid eye movement, 60% rapid eye movement, and then we come to the last 2 hours, 3 to 5 a.m., 20% non-rapid eye movement and 80% rapid eye movement time. I know this morning when I woke up, I think I woke up at 5:30. Oh, my dream was huge in my mind. We all dream. You only remember it when you wake up in the middle of it. Have you noticed if you wake up at midnight, you don't really remember much dream, but when you wake up at 3 or 4 or 5, it's there, because this is when you do most of your dreaming. Now, can you imagine if someone's going to bed at midnight, they're missing out a major part of non-rapid eye movement time, which is the cleaning up. What does it clean up? Cleans up waste from neuronal activity, cleans up waste from the combustion of oxygen and glucose in the cell. And as you'll see on Saturday morning, the glymphatic system can even clean up negative emotions. So this is happening in the early part of the night, the glymphatic system. And can you imagine if someone doesn't go to midnight every night, then their short-term memory unit or storage unit, it's actually not empty the next day. Do you know what that means? You can't take in as much information because there's already half of the information still there from yesterday.
When you don't get enough sleep, your brain can't clear out all the information it's processed during the day. This makes it harder to focus, learn, or remember new things. Missing out on non-rapid eye movement sleep is a big deal because it's when your brain organizes memories and gets rid of the stuff it doesn't need. It's like hitting the reset button so you can function properly the next day. Sleep isn't just about resting, it's a really active time for your body and mind. When you don't get enough, it doesn't just make you tired, it can actually cause health problems like weight gain, diabetes, and heart issues. Lack of sleep messes with hormones that control hunger, which can make you eat more than you need to and pack on extra weight. Plus, your immune system doesn't work as well, making it easier to get sick. Not getting enough sleep can also mess with your mood. People who don't sleep well often feel anxious or depressed. Sleep helps keep your emotions in check, so without it, you're more likely to get stressed out or overwhelmed by little things. Think about how all this affects your daily life, especially at work. When you're well rested, you can concentrate, solve problems better, and be more creative. But when you're sleep deprived, it's harder to stay motivated and you're more likely to make mistakes.
So how we get out of the chat room. This is how I get out of the chat room. There's a few things you can do. One of them is breathe in for 5, hold for 3, breathe out for 5, 10 times. Often you'll be asleep by the 10th. If you're not, do it again. Remember what oxygen does? Soothes the nerves. The other thing is to get out of the chat room is you can lie there and think of someone in your life. Maybe it's a great aunt. Maybe it was a friend in your childhood. And think of all the wonderful times you had together. Picture that person that you love and appreciate, and picture all the things around them that you just love. In her book, The Science of Sleep, Adriana Huffington, she says a great thing to do if you can't sleep is lie there and list all the things you're thankful for. I'm thankful I'm not in a Siberian work camp with newspaper for blankets. I'm so thankful that I'm in a comfortable bed. There's so many things to be thankful for. So many things. So that's another way you can get out of the chat room. How I get out of the chat room is I go through my memory verses. Now probably the biggest chapter I've memorized from the Bible was James chapter 1, and there's 27 verses. And so you have to be thinking of the next verse, so there's no room for chat. And often in the morning I'll think, where did I get to? I think I got to verse 13 before I went to sleep. Also humming songs. What's the old one? Counting sheep jumping over a fence. Count backwards from 100. So just anything to get you out of the chat room. Because the chat room is one of the main reasons why people cannot sleep. The chat room. And if you happen to start thinking negativity, or one thing that'll always stop you sleeping is getting annoyed with the fact that you can't sleep. And remember, nerves that lie together fire together. So once you start getting annoyed, you'll start to think of all the terrible things in your life. You'll start to think of, and that's why if you go over to be thankful, list in your mind all the things that you're thankful for, and then you'll find, remember, nerves that lie together fire together, more positive things will come up. And be careful what you say, because as you'll see on Saturday morning, your words affect your thoughts. And one lady said to me, I can't sleep, I never sleep, I can't sleep. I said to her, please don't say that anymore. She said, but it's true. I said, is it helping? She said, no. I said, well, what I want you to do is to say, thank God I can't sleep. She said, that would be wrong. I said, no, it's not wrong. 1 Thessalonians 5:18, the Bible says, in everything give thanks. What you can do is lie there and say, "Thank you, Father in heaven, that I can't sleep. Now I can talk to you."
Another simple way to get out of the chat room is to focus on your breathing pattern. When you take slow, deep breaths, it signals your brain to calm down. You can try something called the 4-7-8 method. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8. This can slow your heart rate and help you feel more relaxed. Another option is to use visualization. Picture yourself in a peaceful place, like a quiet beach or a calm forest. Imagine the sights, sounds, and smells around you. This can shift your focus away from anxious thoughts and bring a sense of calm. You can also try progressive muscle relaxation. Start with your toes and slowly tense and relax different parts of your body, moving all the way up to your head. By the time you've gone through your whole body, you might feel more physically relaxed and ready to sleep. If none of that works, sometimes getting up for a few minutes can help. Step into another room, do something relaxing like reading a book or listening to quiet music, and then come back to bed. This short break can help reset your mind and make it easier to fall asleep when you lie back down. Thanks for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful in improving your sleep. Remember, making small changes can lead to big improvements in your health and well-being. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from better sleep. And as always, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.